statement yesterday. Now I will address my American colleagues and say that you today have definitively shown that you are fully responsible for the death of tens of thousands of innocent civilians, for the privations of refugees, suffering of hostages, and the illegally detained Palestinians. It was very interesting to hear the representative of the American representative today in the wake of the vote. For example, he said that the resolution does not contain provisions on the release of hostages. Well, it does contain such a provision. Perhaps the U.S. representative should read through the resolution before voting against it. He also stated that the resolution does not have a condemnation of the attack on the 7th of October. I would like to remind our American colleagues here that it was the United States who, on the 18th of October 2023, vetoed a Security Council resolution which condemned a condemnation of the 7th of October attack. The United States positioned themselves as a key partner, not just for Israel, but also for the Arab states. But they vote against resolutions who are in the interest of all of the Arabs and supported by the Arabs themselves. If the draft had been passed, we could have demanded that Israel end its deadly attacks in Gaza, in the West Bank, that it rein in its continued aggression against Lebanon and Syria. We could have sent a very clear signal to the parties to end violence and move on to the political and diplomatic settlement of the Palestinian issue. But the cold and cynical opposition by the United States to the simple demand on behalf of the Council to save human lives is an unconscionable and inhumane act. We have no doubt that the Israelis themselves are interested in ending the spiral of violence, and we categorically reject attempts to present the events on the 7th of October of 2023 as the starting point for the bloody events in the region now. The reasons for that are much deeper, and they have to do with a very old historic injustice where one side was given the opportunity to create their own state, and others have been consistently denied the exact same right. We will continue speaking resolutely for demanding the end of violence against Palestinians. No doubt, we will continue calling out the abuses and hypocrisy by the United States when it comes to settling this situation. We will not allow the United States to muzzle the voice of the Council when and continue emboldening further merciless operations by Israel. Our common duty is to make sure that the voices of the absolute majority of the people on this planet to end the spiral of violence in favor of a just settlement of the Palestinian issue on the basis of an acknowledged basis and the desire to become a full member of the UN, that these voices be heard. We must bring peace, stability, and prosperity to the Middle East. And no one, including the United States and other Western states who indulge them, has a right to inhibit these aspirations.